Ibrahima Konate's next move is clear after Real Madrid transfer snub. Asterisk, it's the update no one should be surprised at. Ibrahima Konate's inconsistent performances are beginning to put off potential suitors. Perhaps inconsistent is a kind word for the Liverpool defender's standards this season. His displays have baffled. Despite all the negativity surrounding Konate, he has at times been outstanding. That was the case against Arsenal and Burnley in the early weeks of the campaign, and even recently in defeat to Manchester United. However, those highs were offset by several dismal lows, as his chaotic showings went unpunished in August and September. Of late, Konate has embodied Arne Slot's side: nervous, erratic, and dreadfully underperforming. Asterisk. The last 3 performances have been truly shocking for a player who was among the league's best defenders last season. He has now been withdrawn in 7 of his 18 starts this season. It's not quite the standard Real is looking for. Hence, the Athletics update that the 15-time European champions have communicated their diminished interest should not come as a shock. Why would the side that styles itself as the continent's best look to recruit an error-strewn liability? Los Blancos are not the only club linked with Konate. Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, and Barcelona have also been credited with interest in the Frenchman. But neither of the trio specializes in recruiting free agents quite like Real. Asterisk, make no mistake, Friday's update means Konate's chances of remaining at Liverpool beyond June are significantly greater, despite some social media grumblings. That is a positive. It seems many fans have quickly forgotten just how impressive Konate was last season, and there have been flashes of that defensive colossus at times this season. It should not be overlooked that Liverpool remains keen on securing the former RB Leipzig man's long-term future. The club does not underestimate his quality, despite the disappointing start to the season. Meanwhile, center-back is becoming an increasingly precarious position in Slot squad. Virgil van Dijk's standards have dropped, and his contract expires at the end of next season, as does Joe Gomez's. As reported by Liverpool.com earlier this month, the Reds are willing to let the long-serving player leave, should they have sufficient options in that area. Asterisk, Giovanni Leone's transfer has not gone to plan since his summer arrival, and there are no guarantees he will be fit this time next year, following that season-ending ACL injury. Mark Gahey remains a transfer target. Liverpool could still make a January move, or sign for free next summer, or even lose out on altogether. He is not short of interest from Europe's preeminent clubs. Another intriguing figure lurking in the background is Jarell Quansah. The England international departed Anfield last summer and is excelling at Bayer Leverkusen. Liverpool retains a buyback option, which could be exercised next year. Given the deficiencies at the heart of defense this season, few would be surprised if Liverpool did. All this feeds into the Konate saga. There are so many unknowns in that area. Asterisk, undoubtedly, Liverpool's no. 5 remains the greatest of those uncertainties, and Friday's update does not necessarily mean he will remain at the club next season. Asterisk, that is unlikely to help with his volatile form, and it is perhaps not a surprise that Konate's standards have dropped since he entered the final year of his contract. Getting them back to last season's levels must now be the priority. That will be a positive for Liverpool, Konate, and any other interested parties. The Reds won't be interested in the latter, though. They will hope Friday's update clears some of the fog that has engulfed Konate over recent weeks, and ultimately result in him renewing extension talks. Asterisk, Ibrahima Konate writes to Liverpool fans as Real Madrid transfer collapses. Asterisk, Ibrahima has vowed to fight back after a challenging run of form, with Real Madrid no longer interested in the defender. The French international is among a number of Reds players whose displays have dropped significantly during a troubling period that has witnessed Arne Slot's team endure 9 defeats and 12 fixtures across all competitions. Asterisk, the center-back has been substituted early in the second half during Liverpool's previous 2 matches, a 3-0 home loss to Nottingham Forest in the Premier League and Wednesday's 4-1 Champions League defeat against PSV Eindhoven at Anfield. Posting on social media ahead of Sunday's crucial encounter at West Ham, Konate spoke directly to the Liverpool supporters. Asterisk, we have to take this moment on the chest, said Konate. Criticism is part of football, and we'll fight back every time, and come through this storm. In these moments, the fans matter most. The ones who stand with us in the good times and the bad, the ones who sing for us even in the difficult moments. Your voice and your support mean everything to us. We know we need to improve, and we'll keep fighting for you. Always. With his existing contract set to expire at the end of the season and negotiations yet to achieve a resolution, Konate will be free to begin talks with overseas clubs from January 1st. Yet, Madrid is no longer expected to be one of those clubs. Asterisk, it's believed Madrid has informed Liverpool It will not be pursuing a free transfer for the 26-year-old defender next summer. Konate's comments mirrored those of Arne Slot, who addressed the media on Thursday. When asked whether he felt disappointed by his players, Slot replied, "No, not at all. Although I do agree with you that our standards have not been up to the standards that we're used to and we want. The last year when we did really well, there was a focus on certain individuals, but I've always said it's about the group." Asterisk, he added, "A lot of pressure if you work at a top club, even more so if you're losing more than this club is used. There is always pressure. Last year it was to win the league, but now it is a different pressure. Maybe my job is easier because I don't have to play. It's hard for every player. When we go down after 5 minutes and play well first half, and then we concede second half, so we get knock after knock after knock. So, we keep fighting. It is what we did so well last year, and it is the minimum we expect over 90 minutes. Asterisk, Liverpool awaits FIFA verdict on Mohamed Salah decision ahead of West Ham game. Asterisk, Liverpool is awaiting a verdict on when it must release Mohamed Salah to the Egypt national team ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations. The tournament begins on December 21st, with Egypt's first game coming the following day. But Liverpool will have to let Salah leave earlier than that for a training camp. Asterisk, Egypt is also in action in the Arab Cup, ahead of kicking off its campaign on December 2nd, but it is not mandatory for Liverpool to release Salah for that event. Egypt has opted to choose a B squad for the Arab Cup, which mainly consists of Egypt-based players, with the main squad's full focus firmly on AFCON. Asterisk, the main squad has a friendly against Nigeria on December 7th, and Egypt's manager wants Salah to play in it. But Liverpool is hopeful of keeping hold of Salah until after the Premier League game against Brighton on December 13th. FIFA is expected to demand that clubs release their players 2 weeks before the start of the tournament, which would be December 7th, and would see Salah miss games against Inter Milan on December 9th as well as the aforementioned Brighton game. Salah will definitely miss Liverpool's games against Tottenham, Wolves and Leeds over the festive period, and his availability for any of Liverpool's games beyond that will depend on how far into the tournament Egypt progresses. The Reds may not miss Salah as much as they might have had AFCON taken place a year ago, when the 33-year-old was at the top of his game. Salah has had a disappointing 2025-26 season so far, scoring just 4 goals for Liverpool from open play. Despite Salah's struggles, former Liverpool captain Steven Gerrard rubbished calls for Liverpool to drop Salah after Wednesday's heavy loss to PSV Eindhoven. Gerrard told TNT Sports, "What is the other option if Salah is dropped? Kisa is more of an impact player, and I think it sends the wrong message to everyone. Liverpool is in a real difficult moment. Salah is a senior player, vice-captain, and has been the talisman. He has been an iconic figure here. That doesn't mean he should start every single game, and you can rest him or take him off in games. But whoever is managing Liverpool would start Mo Salah. Liverpool needs its best players on the pitch." Asterisk.